I'm going to do pages 4 and 5 of the Unit 12 review because there's not that many problems left to go on the review. So the sides of a triangular shaped piece of cardboard are in that ratio. The perimeter is that. What is the length of the shortest piece of side? So I have 3x plus 5x plus 7x equals 120. That's 15x equals 120. X equals 8. Therefore, the sides are 24, 40, and 56. And the shortest side would be 24 is shortest. Bonus points, that's not a right triangle. Graph. So if I put a 0 for x, I get a 2 for y. If I put a 0 for y, I get a -3 for x. Not an inequality. There is my graph. I graphed it by x and y intercepts. An apartment complex offers half-price rent for the first month. The rent is $520 each month after the first month. Write an equation that can be used to calculate the total rent paid after m months. So the rent, apartment complex half price for the first month. Rent is $520, so I do $520 times my months. But then that would do for a year. But remember, I get half off, so it would be minus $260, or half of $520. The graph below shows the distance traveled by an African elephant walking the rate of 2, up 1, right 2, or up 2, right 1. What happens to the graph increases, so it goes to 4-1, and then 8-1. So that creates a steeper graph. And what happens if the elephant decreases? It goes to a less steep. And what this is saying, as you have 0 to infinity and 0 to infinity in the negatives, as you travel away from 0, you get steeper. As your rate increases, it is steeper. As your rate decreases, it also becomes steeper, and the negative just turns it into a negative slope. Page 5. In your math class, the grade you make on the test varies directly. That means y over x equals y over x. As the number of minutes spent studying, if you make a 72 for grade for 60 minutes, how many minutes? So we want how many minutes. If you want to do a 90, you're going to pull this up, pull that up, so it's 72x equals 5,400. X equals 75. Whew, 15 more minutes, that'd be awesome. When you're doing this, make sure the decimal, you do the 75, and then you grid in those. Function best represents. All of these are linear, so I'm going to go up 2 and up 5. Let's see. Whatever, 15 minus 10, no. 30 minus 50, that one worked. 40 minus 60, that one worked. 20 minus 40, that one worked. Negative 20, that one worked. 10, negative 10, and negative 10, and that one worked. Woo, Vegas style. All I was doing is I was talking as I was plugging in my X's and Y's and doing the mental math and making sure the entire table works. I always start in the positives because if I can say no, then I'm done, and then I work my way up. Let's see. This would be negative 4, so even right here, 20 minus 40 is not negative 4. 10 minus 8 is not negative 7. And all of these are the same. It was just the last number. Instead of doing the rate, I did see the 2 and the 5, so I was looking at these 3. What is the value of y when x equals negative 3? You can plug in and solve, or you can simplify. So if you simplify this first, you get 1 over x squared. A negative 3 squared is negative 3 squared, which is 1/9. And that is your total review of Unit 12 of factoring.